We have former Acting Solicitor General Neil Katyal joining us. He argued against the tariffs in this case before the Supreme Court, and lead plaintiff Sarah Albrecht. Neil, thank you so much for joining us. Sarah, thank you for joining us. Let me get both of your reactions. Neil, I'll start with you.
Yeah, so we have a couple of statements. We won't be able to take questions. These are our first remarks. We've just seen the decision, just heard it in the Supreme Court. But today, the United States Supreme Court stood up for the rule of law, stood up for Americans everywhere. Its message was simple. Presidents are powerful, but our Constitution is more powerful still. In America, only Congress, the Chief Justice, writing for 6 justices, said only Congress can impose taxes on the American people, and that's what tariffs are. Tariffs are taxes. I am so grateful for the leadership of the Liberty Justice Center, and in particular, the brilliant woman standing next to me, Sarah Albrecht, who masterminded this case, who took this case when so many others were afraid to stand up for the rule of law, who was dauntless in our defense of the Constitution. I'm also grateful to the 5 small business owners who stood up against these unjust, unconstitutional taxes. By taking a stand, they have paved the way for relief to tens of thousands of American businesses and hundreds of millions of Americans across the country. Finally, I lack the words to properly thank my incredible legal team at Milbank, led by Colleen Rose-Sinsdak and Sammy Illigan, who worked with me day and night for many months to craft this argument. This case, in the end, has always been about the presidency. It's not about any one president. It's always been about the separation of powers and not the politics of the moment. I'm so gratified to see our Supreme Court, which has been the bedrock of our constitutional guarantees, protect our most fundamental values as they did today. Sarah.
Thanks, Neil. The Liberty Justice Center is so proud to have led the fight to this challenge and stood alongside Neil, fighting these unconstitutional tariffs that have devastated small businesses, not just our clients, but small businesses around the country. Federal courts now at every level have now recognized these unilateral tariffs imposed without congressional authorization are unlawful and cannot stand. We thank the justices for their careful consideration of our arguments, and I can't thank Neil and his team at Milbank enough for standing with us and standing on behalf of the Constitution and its separation of powers. The Liberty Justice Center work is just beginning. We intend to help small businesses navigate the next steps and the process of refunds by providing help and assistance and centralized databases and information and portals. And you can visit our website to find more information. And thank you again, Neil.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
We appreciate both of you taking the time with us to react. Thank you so much. Again, Sarah Albrecht and the former acting Solicitor General, Neil Katyal, who, again, argued the case on behalf of the plaintiffs here, including some toy companies, as well as a wine and spirits importer, as well as some states that brought the case. So significant win for those plaintiffs, a significant loss for President Trump, who had claimed that the tariffs were incredibly important to his economic policy and to national security.